Welcome back, my dear students of class 10. Dear students, today video is for the starting of the chapter, that is control and coordination. And control and coordination, first of all we will discuss about the control and coordination in plants. My dear students, what is control and coordination in the living being? And to answer this question, first of all you have to understand the thing that is called stimulus. So my dear students, first of all let us know what is the stimulus. So in this chapter, control and coordination, first of all you have to know about the stimulus. So let us know what is stimulus. Stimulus is nothing. This is the change in the external environment of a living organism. The change in the external environment means the change in the temperature, the change in the light, the changes in the climate, the changes in the particular water condition in a particular area, the changes in the soil, the changes in chemical changes, any chemical changes in the environment, any gaseous changes in the environment, any changes like pollution in the environment. So the sound produced by the different objects. So different types of the environmental changes create the different types of the stimulus. And stimulus are the signals that get received by the living organism to respond it. And for the response, for the responding of the different types of the actions by the living organism, whether they are plant or animal, towards the different types of the stimulus produced in the environment, external environment, whether that is touch, temperature, light, heat, rain, water, sound, etc., are by the specific system that are present inside the living body. And as you know, the living body are of two types, plants and animals mainly. So first of all we will discuss about the response of the plants and plants parts and plants organs towards the stimulus of the external environment. So first of all let us see the plants, the case of the plants. And these plants receive the different types of the signal, different types of the stimulus from the external environment like sunlight, water, ground, and carbon dioxide gases, and some other things like temperature, etc., of that particular area. My dear students, the response of the plant body towards any stimulus that get controlled and coordinated by the different types of the hormones that are present in the plant body or that get secreted in the plant body. And that hormones are of four types: auxins, gibberellins, cytokinin, and ABA. ABA is the abscisic acid. That is the abscisic acid. This is the ABA. So dear students, these are the four hormones that get secreted by the plant body for the response towards the external stimulus that may be light, that may be water, that may be soil, that may be other climatic factors, by the plants with the help of these four hormones. My dear student, these are auxin, gibberellin, cytokinin and ABA. These are the four hormones, and these three are the growth hormones. These are the growth enhancing hormones like auxin, gibberellin, cytokinin and ABA. These three auxins, gibberellin, cytokinin are the growth enhancing hormones, while ABA act as the growth retarding hormone. Dear students, this auxin ensure the growth movement in the plant body, while gibberellin ensure the cell differentiation and cell enlargement in the plant body, and cytokinin is responsible for the cell division in the plant body, and ABA, that is responsible for the ending the growth process in the plant body. For example, the ripening of the fruit, the falling of the leaves, etc., etc., etc. So, dear student, the roles of these hormones are like this: gibberellin is responsible for the cell enlargement and cell differentiation. Cytokinin is responsible for the cell division so that growth can take place, and auxin is responsible for the growth movement. So now we will discuss about the different types of the growth movements, different types of the movements that is found in the plant body. Dear students, the growth movements or directional movements are the same thing. You can understand the directional movement as the growth movement, but since the plant is having two types of the movements, one is the directional movement and there is the nastic movement. So the directional movement that get controlled by this auxin, while that is the growth movement. So we will discuss first of all the directional movement or the growth movement or the tropism. One is tropism and there is nastism. So the growth movement is the tropism, a directional movement is the tropism, and the non-directional movement, non-growth movement, that is the nastism. So we will discuss all these things in this video. Now let us see what is the directional movement. So the tropic movement, the tropic movements are called as the directional movement or growth movement. Now see, so many kinds of the tropic movements are there in the plant body, like phototropism, geotropism, hydrotropism, chemotropism, etc., etc. So my dear student, these are the growth movements, these are called as the tropic movement or directional movement. So तीन नाम है इसके: tropic movement, or you can say this is the growth movement, or you can say this is the directional movement. So the tropic movement are of four, five types, like phototropism, geotropism, hydrotropism, chemotropism, etc., etc., etc. Now see what is the phototropism. My dear students, the phototropism is the process of the movement of the parts of the plants towards the light. So the response of the response towards the light by the plant parts is called phototropism. Response of the plant's parts towards the gravity of the earth, that is the geotropism. The response of the plant parts towards the water, that is the hydrotropism. The response of the plant parts towards the certain chemicals or hormones are called chemotropism. Now let us discuss one by one. For example, if the stem of the plant that is going towards the sunlight, means the stem of the plant naturally it grows upward, it go upward, and it will be exposed towards the sunlight for the process of photosynthesis, for the receiving of the carbon dioxide, and for the evaporation of water. So many purposes are there. So for the that is for the exposure. For the exposure of the plant stem towards the light, that is called the positive phototropism. Means the positive response is the positive phototropism, and negative response means the roots that are going towards the earth. The roots are not going to expose in the sunlight because there is no purpose of there is no function of the photosynthesis by the root. So the movement of the roots towards the earth, towards the ground, inside the ground, that is called positive geotropism, but that will be the negative phototropism. So the root response, that is the negative phototropism, but that will be the positive geotropism. The stem response towards the sunlight, that will be the positive phototropism, but that will be the negative geotropism because the stem are going far away from the earth. It is exposing in the sunlight, in the environment. So that will be the negative geotropism, but it shows positive phototropism. And third one, that is the hydrotropism, the response of the plant parts towards the water, that is called hydrotropism, whether that is negative or that is positive. For example, the roots which are going deep inside the earth, that is in search of the water and other things, water, minerals, etc., that root is getting from the earth, from the soil. So that will be the positive geotropism and positive hydrotropism. But going far away, the stem which is going far away from the water, from the earth ground, that will be the negative hydrotropism, and that will be the negative geotropism, but that will be the positive phototropism. So my dear student, there are two sides in each tropic movement, like phototropism, geotropism, hydrotropism, chemotropism, positive and negative. So you have to understand like this. Dear student, come to the chemotropism, the response of the plant parts towards the chemicals is called chemotropism, that is a directional movement. Whether the plant is receiving any chemical from outside and that is growing, flowering is going on, fruit is going to be having the more weights, fruit ripening, so that is the growth movement. Fruit ripening, that is the growth movement, and growth is going to retard it by the concentration, higher concentration of the ABA. So the chemotropism may be the positive or may be the negative. If growth is retarding, then there will be the negative phototropism as negative chemotropism, and if growth is going towards positive, in the positive direction by the chemicals, then that will be the positive chemotropism. So my dear students, these are the tropic movements of the plant parts, whether that is the stem, flower, fruit or root or shoot, that goes towards in the positive direction or in the negative direction. that is dependent upon the sunlight, soil, water, chemicals, etc., etc., etc. So dear students, this trophic movement is the movement called the called the growth movement or the directional movement. My dear student, come to the next movement, that is the Nastic movement. Dear student, in my previous video I have explained in detail with the help of the book, with the help of the textbook, and you have seen already. So explaining this control and coordination in the plant in the video physically, so that you can understand a lot. Now come to the next movement, that is the Nastic movement or Nastism. So dear students, second movement in the control and coordination of the plants, that is the Nastic movement. Nastic movement. That is the Nastic movements. My dear students, the Nastic movements are the movements which are the response of the plant parts towards the touch stimulus. Touch means if you are touching the plant of the, that is in local language that is called chui mui. So you can, if you touch the chui mui plant, then the plant leaves it will be downward, and after some time it will be in the normal position. So by touching by the touch to the any object by the any parts of the plant, which responds in the positive or negative in the positive and negative aspect, that is called the Nastic movement. And Nastic movement is not the growth movement. Nastic movement is just movement that is dependent upon the touch stimulus. For example, the creepers, the climbers, these are different types of the plants, that may be in your surrounding, like cucumber, Cucurbitaceae family plants. They are the creeper and climbers. So you have seen, sometimes you have seen that if they are getting a touch with the support object, then they will be, their spindle fiber will be that will be responsible to catch that particular support when it touch it, and it climb upward, it creep upward. So the process of climbing and the different types of the processes of touch, like the chui mui plant leaves, these are called the Nastism or Nastic movement, but this is not the growth movement. So the touch stimulus, that is touch, especially respond touch, the stimulus touch, that is responsible for the Nastic movements in the plant parts, whether that is the stem modification or root modification or different types of the plants that you have seen, that they are different parasite plants, they are going towards the earth. When they get earth, then they get modified into the roots, and that stem go underground. So that is the touch stimulus which get responded by the plant parts, whether that is stem, roots or other parts of the plant body. So dear students, the control and coordination takes place by the help of the 4 hormones, that is the auxin, gibberellin, cytokinin and ABA, that is responsible for these 2 different types of the movements, the directional movement or Nastic movement. Directional movement are also called trophic movement or growth movement. Nastic movement, that is dependent upon the touch. So these are the control and coordination process of the plant. But some example that I would like to give you. My dear student, if you take a plant, that plant is growing upward in your home garden. If you keep this plant parallel to the earth like this, then you will find after some time the stem get moved towards the upward and the stem get bent towards the upper direction, that is going far away from the earth, because of the higher concentration of the oxygen inside the stem in this plant. So this example, this activity is proving that there are oxygen hormone which is responsible for the growth movement or directional movement in the stem, that is going upward. That is going upward while you are putting this plant parallel to the ground. So this is the one example, and several other examples are there. As far as the fruit ripening is concerned, when the ABA hormone will be concentrated in high amount, then that fruit will be ripened, the leaves get fall from the plants, and the ABA hormone is the growth retarding hormone. So my dear student, the explanation of this control and coordination in plant is over now. That is especially depend upon the two types of the movement, directional movement or trophic movement or growth movement, and second is the elastic movement, that get controlled by these four types of the hormones in the plant body. So thank you very much for watching this video. Thank you.